This is a market recap for November 24th, 2025. As you can see in today, we had a pretty big expansion. It was a slow one, but we expanded nonetheless. Took us quite some time. But as you can see here, market opened on Sunday. Had a little bit of nothing going on here. And then this 4-hour candle from 6 to 10 expanded, and then so did the 10 o'clock candle. And from there, we kind of hit our profit, which in my mind was this 1-hour inverse over here. Now let's go down to the 1-hour time frame so you can see that. This blue line here is obviously the low of this liquidity void that we have here. We see price accumulating. The way that I see it, at least, is accumulation, manipulation here, distribution upwards. Now I did see that while it was happening. I just didn't like how price was reacting off of these highs. On NQ and ES, they were reacting too differently. ES was sweeping something and then coming away off of it. That was telling me that we could possibly go short. And then obviously NQ closed bullish, which was obviously telling me to go long. So conflicting signals, not my favorite price action. So I was fine sitting today out, even though it went where I thought it would. So as you can see here, hourly for value up here, validated right there. So once we came below it, it is reasonable that we would give some sort of reaction to it there. 15-minute time frame we can see here. You'll see it on lower time frame, but we have this 15-minute fair value up here, playing bullish, validated there. So once we break through it, same thing as that hourly, it is likely to not only be a draw, but give us some sort of reaction, which we do see a couple times throughout that, as you'll see on the lower time frame. But you can see even better here, accumulation, manipulation with this literally 2 candles right here, and then working our way back up. You can see here, barely sweep this high. That's an SMT, forces us down, play bullish once again. This closure is good. This closure doesn't happen on ES. And then we have another big retrace here, SMT of these lows, and then this 15-minute candle, you see it's all the way up here at some point. And then it comes all the way off of that, 100 handles down from the top. Now that is, it's okay on ES, sorry, on NQ. Is it amazing? No, but on ES, it closes all the way down below this low. Not only that, but it closes bearish, right? This candle on ES, I believe, is a bearish candle. So in that mind, if we sweep this high and make a run higher and then come all the way back down and close below it, not only below it, but bearish, okay, I'm feeling like something isn't adding up here. So different confluences, I'll take the sidelines. So, but we play bullish from there anyways, reacting off this 15-minute, as you can see here with these wicks, which you will see better on the lower time frames. Oops, sorry. Lunch happened, a little retrace here to this 15-minute, another expansion upwards. PM session started dragging down, hitting this 15-minute fair value gap as well, perfectly reacting once off concentric encroachment and second off of the low. And then we reach up and finally touch that 1-hour inverse fair value gap. Here we go. Again, market open, rallied up here. At this point, this high is an SMT. Then retrace on that 5-minute. Expand once again for the macro, consolidate. Now I saw this, I said, okay. Oh, and this listing downwards, ES, that's when it closed below. So not very convincing with that. So even when we did expand, I said, okay, and then we consolidated, I'm like, all right. But you can see here, price grouping very much so in this 15-minute. Given nice reactions, we have this 5-minute here as well as this little 1-minute, which you'll see on that time frame. From there, we do expand upwards. I believe the low of it was during the low of it was over here, but the low of this mess over here was the last time in the macro. We expanded, consolidated once again, nicely staying within this 15-minute, expanded once again. Lunch ended, PM session started. Nice retrace down perfectly to equilibrium and this 15-minute fair value gap. And then from there, it's kind of playing bullish. It's pretty slow, but it gets there. And then from there, we kind of just consolidate. This was definitely our target for the day. 1-minute time frame. We can see here again, accumulation, manipulation down, distribution upwards. That's what I was looking at. We see here liquidity swept by what? 63.25 is that high. This high is 64.25. By $1, we swept that high. And ES didn't sweep it. So that's an SMT. Forces us down. Even though we have that SMT, we're still playing bullish. So I said, okay, we have bullish pressure. That's nice. We then retrace perfectly here, past equilibrium, into that 5 minute, as you saw on that time frame, I believe. And the market opens. We rally all the way up to this 15 minute. And then we drag all the way down here. This accumulation here on ES continues to move down, and we take out this low here, which is why this is an SMT. Now, could I have put together that ES is trailing downwards, sweeping this low, NQ is not, NQ is keeping its shape at a respectable place as far as retraces go for playing bullish? Yes. Did I like how the 15 minute, especially on ES closed? Absolutely not. And furthermore, I didn't like this price action. Really just banging around here, not the biggest fan. Really not the biggest fan. So between those two, maybe if it was one thing, okay, maybe. But both of them, differing confluences, well, not differing. I was more heavily bullish than bearish, but there were still bearish whiffs that I was getting from ES. That and this price action here, I'll sit this one out. But if you were interested in taking it, change in the state of delivery happened right here with the closure of this candle. So if you wanted to get in with one, the creation of this fair value gap, or just changing the state of delivery, boom, there. You could put your stop constant encroachment of this wick, but we have this fair value gap here, which was respected, so I personally would put it a little below that constant encroachment. And then obviously, like I mentioned, this hourly inverse fair value gap is validated, so it is a likely draw. Now, this one would have been a long one. For a 1 to 4, it's really not much. All right, I believe it's close to 6 hours you're in this. It's up to you. Is it worth it? Is it not? For me, it's not. Given that we enter here and then we consolidate without going anywhere for half an hour. And then once we do, it'll take about another, well, let's see. Stop there, or sorry, stop here, constant encroachment, whatnot. Break even, well, we'd be at break even. If we put our break even out of 1 to 1, boom, out. Our first profits, we'd have to wait, if we hold them at 1 to 2, you're waiting an hour for a 1 to 2. And even so, right, even if, you know, you're okay waiting for an hour for 1 to 2, whatnot, and you just want to ride it out for the rest of the day, that's fine. Another hard part, there's no liquidity to aim for. This is what you're aiming for. So you're aiming for fair value gap lows, fair value gap highs, which is, once again, is doable, right? Fair value gap low here, fair value gap high here, low there, high there. It's possible, very much possible. But it's just another one of those things where it's like, I don't really want to be in this. And in my opinion, with where I am in my trading, I am more than happy to sit out days like this where I'd be sitting in the trade, even though it's winning, for 6 hours. Because with the volume that I trade, going from up here back to break even would blow my account. It would, just from drawdown alone. But you know, that's a me thing. If you want to risk your capital and risk your mental capital trading this, go for it, right? But it's just something that I personally am not willing to do. If I was 100% sure it would play bullish and I saw price action that is okay, sure, I'll take it. But I saw maybe 70 to more like 80% bullish, still a good amount. But then I saw this consolidation over here on the left, and I said, okay, 80% sure it's playing bullish, consolidation, don't really want to be in it. And so I didn't. And I do not regret that decision whatsoever. As far as tomorrow goes, I do think this 1 hour is going to give us some sort of reaction. We kind of need it. We are way overextended given that 500-point run that we had today. I think we need some sort of retrace. I don't know if higher time frame we've snapped out of our bearishness. Kind of looks like it given how low we swept here. We swept as low and lost all volume. Looks like we're starting to reverse out of that. We have enough sell side action, in my opinion, for me to feel comfortable not coming down below here. I would like a retrace though. Like I mentioned, we are pretty extended here. Now on the 4 hour, only gap we have is this big one here, which is really all we have and is not really broken up into any pieces given that today's price action was so slow. There's no 1 hours to aim for, but sweet spot for me, I don't know, feels like right here. All right, if it's a 15-minute, but if we extend it through, seems like a good point to be at as far as a retrace goes. So, but like always, we have to wait we have to wait to see what happens between now and market open before we actually say anything concrete. But this has been your market recap for November 24th, 2025.